This week on News 30, the state's call for a historic convention.
And Shawnee PD continues the search for a new police chief.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to News 30. I'm Emma Patton.
And I'm Alyssa Speraza. The state of Oklahoma now has 4 confirmed locals who have the Zika virus. Symptoms for Zika virus only affect about 25% of individuals who are infected, but the biggest concern of the Zika virus is that it's possibly linked to birth defects. Zika is transmitted sexually, through mosquito bites, and blood transfusions. News 30 cautions you if you are traveling outside of the country because Zika is becoming more frequent in both Africa and South America.
And it's a sad day in the music industry. Songwriter and musician Prince Rogers Nelson died today at the age of 57. Prince is known for songs such as Kiss, Cream, and Let's Go Crazy. He is also remembered for fighting the music industry for creative freedom early in his career. Earlier this month, he reported not feeling well and began canceling concerts. Prince was found unresponsive in an elevator earlier today and was later pronounced dead. Mourners have taken to social media claiming that his death is what it sounds like when doves cry, a reference to his 1984 hit song. Prince is remembered for his prolific songwriting, eclectic style, and overall impact on the music industry.
Acclaimed comedic actress Doris Roberts passed away Sunday. According to her family's spokesperson, Janet Daly, Roberts passed away peacefully in her sleep in her home in Los Angeles. She was 90 years old. Roberts is best remembered by her fans and critics for her role as Marie Barone, the overbearing mother on the sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond. Roberts acted on the show from 1996 to 2005. She won 4 Emmys for her role along with worldwide recognition. Roberts was known for playing quick-witted comedic characters, especially mothers and grandmothers. As outspoken in reality as on TV, Roberts was also known for her animal rights activism. Although she expressed a desire to play serious, dramatic roles during her life, her fans, friends, and family remember her best for her ability to take a serious situation and make it funny.
And many of us across the state are experiencing the outcome of Oklahoma's budget shortfall. According to state documents, the Department of Corrections, the Department of Human Services, and our education system are just a few of the agencies that are receiving budget cuts. Alongside these cuts from state agencies, nursing homes in Oklahoma are also suffering. The Oklahoma Health Care Authority has proposed cutting reimbursement rates for Medicaid providers by 25%. This means that 269 nursing home facilities are in danger of closing their doors, and nearly 17,000 residents could be displaced if these cuts go into effect. Upon this happening, tons of Oklahoma residents would have to relocate for nursing care. News 30 will keep you posted.
The Oklahoma House of Representatives passed legislation on Monday that adds Oklahoma to the list of states calling for a convention to amend the United States Constitution. Oklahoma is among a list of states calling for a convention to address a debt limit, amendment, and limit for federal terms in office. The conventions are only allowed by the Constitution if 34 out of the 50 states request it. A convention of this kind has never been called, and both political parties have raised opposition to the idea. According to former Supreme Court Justice Warren Burger, citizens are using social media like Twitter and Facebook to raise support for the convention. The bill is now on its way to the Oklahoma Senate for reapproval.
And coming up, Shawnee is narrowing in on who will be the next police chief, and we say goodbye to the superintendent of Shawnee Public Schools. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to News 30.
And Tuesday marked the 21st anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. On April 19, 1995, Timothy McVeigh parked a van outside of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Office Building in downtown Oklahoma City, bringing down a huge portion of the structure and killing 168 people. The Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum hosted a memorial service on Tuesday morning, remembering those lost 21 years ago. Hundreds were in attendance as 168 seconds were observed at 9:02, the time when the bomb exploded.
The City of Shawnee will be interviewing finalists for the position of the City Police Chief next Tuesday, April 26th. Shawnee residents will have the opportunity to meet the candidates during a citywide open house that will occur later that day from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Shawnee Community Center. Finalists for the position include Dan Dennis, Chief of Police for the City of Forest Hill, Texas, Larry Lindsay, Captain and Commander of Homeland Security for the Shelby County Sheriff's Office in Memphis, Tennessee, and Mason Wilson, the current interim police chief for the City of Shawnee. Light refreshments will be served and all residents are welcome to attend.
And Shawnee Superintendent Dr. Mark Moore is resigning from his position. Morgan Smith has the story.
Dr. Mark Moore will be resigning from his role as Superintendent of Shawnee Public Schools. He has asked that his resignation date be moved forward so that he can begin his new role as a superintendent at Stillwater.
Unlike some jobs where you end one day and start the next, a lot of times the superintendent's job, you're doing things prior to your official start date. And on the backside, sometimes you're assisting the school that you left because you're working on projects. I think Stillwater Public Schools currently has an interim superintendent. So there was at least a little bit on my urgency to get up there and become, their permanent superintendent.
During his time at Shawnee, Dr. Moore has been involved with improvements to the school.
As superintendent, you're over all areas from community relations to curriculum, technology to buildings. We have worked really hard to try to upgrade all areas.
Among these upgrades include a bond for school improvements that was passed earlier this year.
A couple of highlights that I feel like are going to make a difference that at Shawnee schools that I was able to be a part of. One is we passed the bond issue, which is our main way to fund capital improvements. It was $32 million, and it was the largest one in Shawnee history. So even though I won't be on the end that gets to see the buildings being constructed, I was on the help with a group in the community as we planned it out and put it forth before the voters. So that is one area.
Although he is looking forward to his new position, Dr. Moore has enjoyed his time at Shawnee.
I was very fortunate to be superintendent here at Shawnee. I've had been in this community for a long time. I've had outstanding board who's been supportive of my efforts, and we've had really good relationships.
Dr. Moore stated that he hopes to bring improvements to Stillwater Public Schools as well.
My main purpose is to join in their efforts to increase student achievement and engagement. It's an outstanding school system. I feel very fortunate to be a part of it, and hopefully I can perform my duties very well as a superintendent, and hopefully that will assist others as we help to increase student achievement.
Sergeant John Goss and his canine companion were injured in a 4-vehicle car accident at the intersection of North Harrison and East Wallace. Goss was taken to the local Shawnee Hospital where he is receiving medical treatment. Both he and his canine's injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. News 30 will keep you up to date.
And Oklahoma is abundant in cedar trees. They are beautiful, but are they taking over? Cedar trees produce severe competition with other tree species. This is one of the main reasons they are causing danger in Oklahoma. These trees provide vegetation to wildlife surrounding the trees. However, this vegetation can be created in other forms as well. Cedar trees, under some circumstances, can also cause a loss of wildlife. They accelerate quickly and cannot be stopped if they are not controlled. There is no byproduct for this type of tree once killing it, and wildlife and management agencies are currently looking for other ways to control acceleration.
And after the break, OBU will be hosting multiple events that you may want to be a part of. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to News 30.
Lin-Manuel Miranda certainly isn't throwing away his shot. His new hit musical following the life and career of founding father Alexander Hamilton is now among Pulitzer Prize winners. Hamilton is one of the 9 musicals in the past 100 years to win a Pulitzer for Best Drama. The sold-out, critically acclaimed show features historic cabinet meetings as rap battles and is being used to teach New York City high schoolers about American history.
And tomorrow, C-Bar Horsemanship will be hosting first graders from Horace Mann Elementary as a part of their Horse Tales literacy program. The program aims to teach a love of learning and reading to children through the book, The Black Stallion. With the help of sponsors, CBAR was able to supply 2 copies of the book to every first grader at Horace Mann. OBU student volunteers will be running the field day event, which will include activities such as roping, horse grooming, and reading the book to a horse. If you're interested in volunteering at CBAR Horsemanship, visit their website, cbarhorsemanship.org.
And for those of you who enjoy Jane Austen's novels, OBU's production of Emma premieres tonight at 7:30 in OBU's Black Box Theater in Sarkeys Telecommunications Center. Emma will run from tonight until Sunday, April 24th. To purchase tickets online, you can go to www.okbu.edu.
And one group of students has come up with a colorful way to fight cancer. The annual Color Out Cancer 5K is open to the Shawnee community, and for $15 you can run for a cause and throw some paint on your competitors. All proceeds from the race will go to the OU Children's Hospital to fund cancer research. Runners and walkers are welcome, and the race will start at the OBU soccer fields on Saturday, April 29th. To register, go to runsignup.com and search for Color Out Cancer 5K.
And coming up after the break, we have sports with Jason Berger. Don't go anywhere. Here's Jason Berger with this week's sports.
All right, thank you, ladies. Well, in OBU news, the Lady Bison softball team was able to knock off Ouachita Baptist twice this last Saturday as they pulled off the sweep by winning 10-7 and 4-3. OBU was able to get 10 runs off of 11 hits and was able to hold on to the first victory due to 6 innings of relief pitching provided by Amanda Peterson. The second game was a little closer and was sealed by Hannah Morris when she knocked out a solo home run and Caitlin Hall with an RBI single of her own. The Lady Bison take on Henderson State here in Shawnee tomorrow at 3. And with the NBA playoffs underway, it's not very often you see players struggle with physical mistakes this late in the season. It's even more surprising to see players like Kevin Durant choke in a playoff game like he did last Monday in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Durant shot a miserable 7 for 33 from the field, which was just bad enough to tie the great Michael Jordan's record of 26 shots missed in a playoff game. Despite the hopeless shooting performance by Durant, he was still able to lead the team in scoring with 21 points, which, for Thunder fans, could be a sign of hope, that even when the hero has a bad day, he can still put up 20 points and stay on top of the squad. Game 3 of the Thunder and Mavericks series is already underway at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And on the subject of Oklahoma City, I was lucky enough to catch the Dodgers home opener last Friday night, which provided more entertainment than just an average baseball game.
If you were in downtown OKC last Friday night, you probably would have noticed the large amount of people wearing blue and white walking toward Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. That was because it was the Dodgers home opener, which provided more entertainment than just the first baseball game played in OKC this spring. Before the first pitch, a helicopter delivered the Dodgers mascots to the field by making an impromptu landing on the center field grass. As for the main event, it could have possibly been one of the most entertaining minor league baseball games in history. A total of 16 hits and 17 total strikeouts were recorded throughout 9 innings, as the Dodgers were unable to hold off the Nashville Sounds. OKC really should have taken more advantage of the Sounds' 3 infielding errors early in the game, because Dodgers relieving pitcher Red Patterson gave up 2 back-to-back home runs in the top of the 6th. After that, the Dodgers couldn't get much done offensively as they failed to score the rest of the game and took a 5-3 loss.
Well, it was a tough night for the OKC Dodgers here in Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark as they finished off an 8-game road trip this last week. Their home opener tonight, they took a tough loss 5-3 to the Nashville Sounds after the Sounds put up 3 errors in the first 3 innings of play, and after Angel Castro came in the 9th inning for the Sounds to close it down.
Following the game, there were fireworks, which the Dodgers organization is calling Friday Night Fireworks, and will provide a post-game show after every home game the Dodgers play on Friday nights. If you're thinking of going to a Dodgers game, it will provide more than just an entertaining baseball game.
The Dodgers will host Memphis tomorrow night if you're interested in going. And that's all I got for this week in sports. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Jason. Well, Queen Elizabeth is celebrating her 90th birthday today. More than 900 beacons lit up across the United Kingdom and overseas to celebrate the longest reigning monarch's big day.
The festivities also include royal gun salutes as well as the unveiling of a plaque marking the Queen's Walkway in Windsor. The 6.3-kilometer trail serves as recognition of the Queen's record-breaking reign.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Thanks for watching News 30, and tune in next week for our final show of the semester. Don't forget to catch up with us during the week on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Shawnee News 30.
Have a good night.